Hi, it's Christine. Today I'll be sharing with you a little bit about Robusta coffee. What is Robusta, how is it used, and why don't we serve it in craft coffee shops? There are over 100 species in the coffee genus, but only a couple are commercially relevant. One of those is Robusta. Robusta is not one of what we consider to be a varietal, as a variety is more of a specific type of taxonomic classification underneath species or subspecies. Generally speaking, there are two major types of coffee grown commercially: coffee Arabica and coffee Canephora, or a Robusta. Arabica best grows between 1,000 and 2,200 meters above sea level. It also grows best between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, known as the Bean Belt. The lands of these regions have nutrient-rich, often volcanic soils. They also have regular rainfall, sunshine, and shade. Arabica is vulnerable to diseases and insect damage. Coffee leaf rust, or La Roya, is a fungus that manifests as orange patches and impairs photosynthesis, causing leaves to fall and killing the tree. Pests like coffee borer, or broca, is a small beetle that lays its eggs inside the coffee cherries. The hatched beetle feeds off the cherries, lowering the quality of the harvest. Overall, Arabica has a lower yield of beans because of all these factors. Nearly all of what we consider to be specialty coffee, or scoring above 80 points on the 100-point coffee grading scale by the SCA, is Arabica. An Arabica cup of coffee will be more complex and nuanced, with more aromatic and flavorful coffee tasting notes, with notes ranging from floral and fruity to earthy, chocolatey, or caramelly. Now on to Robusta. Robusta was first described over 100 years after Arabica. It is native to western and central sub-Saharan Africa, growing at lower altitudes and higher temperatures than Arabica. Generally speaking, increased elevation allows for greater density of the bean and increased acidity. On the other hand, coffee like Robusta grows at a lower altitude and has a lesser density and a lower acidity. The beans are small, but contain twice the amount of caffeine than the more oval-shaped Arabica. The concentration of caffeine acts as a natural pesticide, protecting from many kinds of insects. This robust characteristic allows for greater yields and less specific growing conditions. Robusta consists of 25 to 30% of global coffee production. It's cheap to grow and easy to maintain, but it maintains a harsh and bitter flavor with woody and rubbery taste. Robusta as a commercial or commodity grade coffee scores under 80 points on the SCA scale. It's commonly used in blends and found in the grocery store. Some people, like Gabe Showett, co-founder of Black Sheep Coffee in London, believe that Robusta's reputation is not thanks to the beans themselves, but perhaps the methods of production historically used. Because Robusta is typically machine-picked, coffee cherries are picked at every state of ripeness, along with insects or branches. Robusta perhaps hasn't been given the love and attention the Arabica has in order to fulfill any of its potential. Showett has sought out specialty-grade coffee that is in the Robusta species to serve at his shop. Organizations like World Coffee Research are trying to genetically engineer coffee plants with the best genes of each tree to create a more resilient and higher-yielding plant that still tastes good. While Arabica generally tastes better, Robusta is reliable for its quantity and affordability. The bottom line is that not all Robustas are bad, just as not all Arabica coffees are good. Robusta isn't treated with the same level of quality control that Arabica is in the specialty coffee industry. The majority of its farming is monoculture, machine-picked, and mass-produced, without the love and care of farmers like the ones that we like to work with at Lineage. It seems that the industry has given up on trying to make Robusta taste good. In addition, marketing allows for Arabica to be sold as a term associated with quality coffee, even if the farming, production, and roasting are of low quality. The term Arabica has a hold of the market, and some amazing coffees come from the species. Nobody is eager to try and sell Robusta despite its efficiency. As it is produced now, Robusta is highly caffeinated, accessible, and cost-effective. Whether whipping up a quick cup of coffee for your guests or a recipe, or whipping up the popularized Dalgona coffee, keeping Robusta around the house provides a classic bitter taste of coffee that many people are nostalgic for. None of this research was possible without these sources. None of this information was my own. just wanted to share a little bit about what I've learned with you. Thanks for listening.